More losses at Hasbro and drastic changes on the way as the company tries to save itself. If you thought things were bad at Wizards of the Coast now, it's about to get a lot worse. Welcome back, everyone. MTG Moxman here. Thanks again for hanging out with me on the channel today. Ahead of Hasbro's fourth quarter earnings call, which is coming February 16th of 2023, Hasbro made the announcement they are cutting labor force by 15%. That is 1,000 employees losing their jobs. The company does things like this because they want to look good to the investors. When they go to that earnings call, Chris Cox, Cynthia Williams, they're going to have to tell the company and the investors, this is what we're doing to try to return and become more profitable in the future. So those cost-cutting measures of 1,000 employees plus a few management positions are a way of appeasing before they even get to that meeting, to say we've already been proactive in doing these cuts. So over the next several weeks, 1,000 people lose their jobs. Guys, that's bad. Now, the company itself has profit and losses in different areas. Wizards of the Coast is $1.33 billion. They're actually up 3% year over year, and I bet you they were hoping for a lot higher. Too bad that 30th anniversary did not work out the way you thought it would. Maybe if you didn't charge $250 for collector packs, if you'd made them reasonably priced at, say, $10 a pack, players would have bought a lot more. Maybe we wouldn't be so price sensitive. And then, of course, the under-monetized Dungeons and Dragons and the open source code. Guys, this license stuff is ridiculous. They mismanaged that situation as well. This doesn't look really good for the leadership of Hasbro and Wizards of the Coast, does it? Which is again why you would cut 1,000 employees, to try to maybe save some stuff, right? Make yourself look a little bit better. Now, the overall company, I have the figure here, hold on. The company itself, I believe, made about $5.86 billion. But remember, 1.33, which is what, almost 20%, is entirely from, it's more than 20%, is all from just Wizards of the Coast. That's pretty scary, considering all the IPs and licensed material they have. Now, when you're looking at the company as a whole and you start going over some of their things they're looking at, right? The Wizards of the Coast and digital gaming segment was that $1.33 billion. That's up 3%. The year-over-year consumer customers product segment, that's $3.57 billion. That's like all board games, D&D, all that crazy stuff. And they're down about 10% year over year. Guys, this is some crazy stuff. And the e-entertainment section is down 17% year over year, because they're still trying to sell sections of that off. Guys, it's pretty bad for everyone out there. But it looks like some of the choices that Hasbro made have really come back to haunt them. When I look at the side sheet here and I look at the leadership and organizational changes they're making, these are all just legalese to say, look, man, we're going to try to get to profitability. You just give us another chance. We're going to put these people aside. I get it. And at the same time, maybe if they hadn't made the choices they did, maybe if they didn't get so greedy, trying to bring in profits too quickly and in too great a number to make themselves look great, to pad the golden parachute of their retirement before they leave a company like Hasbro years from now. That's what a lot of presidents and CEOs do. They try to ramp up sales and drain as much money as they can to make themselves look good, get the bonuses, get the extra stuff, and then they're gone. They don't care. They've made their money. But the damage to the brands is already done. It is not going away anytime soon. We've talked about this. And now with these fourth quarter earning results coming in, we can look forward to a full rehash of everything. I'm sure a lot of these conversations are not going to focus on Magic. They will put that stuff aside. They don't want to touch the 30th anniversary. They're going to avoid any Dungeons and Dragons conversation. They're going to put that aside. They're going to focus on their Blueprint 2.0, their big brands. They're going to bring in some of that stuff, talk some legalese, and work their way around like they're doing the dance to save their lives. I don't know what next year will bring for a company like this, but I know what they will do to me as a consumer. They will try to find ways to drain more money from our wallets. They will put more mini products out for Magic the Gathering. They will pump out more secret layers. They will give smaller little individualized things to just nitpick microtransaction Magic card stuff to get our cash. It's going to happen because that's what I would do. I would try to find a way of raising capital in a minimalistic way, allowing consumers the illusion of choice, but they're going to put amazing cards we want to buy. They're basically going to sell directly to consumers, hurting LGSs even more, by the way, hurting them even more. Guys, I don't know what to tell you, but this is bad. When you read this stuff, and you can go look at it Business Wire, you can look at all over the news. Hasbro announces. And why do you think they did it so far in advance? So the stock will have time to recover, because the stock is down 7%. And it was still falling last I saw. They want to give a little bit of time for the stock to breathe. Let these changes sink in and take effect. Hey, we cut some employees. Some middle management people are gone. Thanks for their help and their service. And now the stock can rise a little bit just before the fourth quarter in a couple of weeks. Guys, ridiculousness all around. But you know what? They get what they deserve for making bad choices, mismanaging, and being greedy. Because if you're not greedy and you just worry about the profits, not the greed of profit, trying to get as much as you can, but letting the profits come to you by doing good products, managing your company, your customer base properly. Oh yeah, I forgot. It's Hasbro we're talking about. Drain it till it's dry. Guys, thanks a lot for being here. Thanks for hanging out in the channel today. I hope those employees can find employment elsewhere. I hope things get better for the company. And I really hope I'm wrong about what I think is going to happen at Wizards of the Coast. And I hope they just leave us alone for a year or two. And don't try to get into my wallet anymore, man. Hey guys, a big shout out and thank you to all the fantastic patrons I have on this channel. Without their help, content like this is not possible. Those patrons make this stuff available. Thanks again for that support, everyone. I'll see you tomorrow. Hasbro, I hope you get what you deserve. And Chris Cox and Cynthia Williams, it's all your fault.